Hello. Hey, folks. Or rather, I don't know how many folks are here right now. It's very off my usual streaming time. Alaris. I did ping again. Yeah, didn't I? I thought I pinged like 10 minutes ago. Didn't I? Did I not? Did I fail? Did I struggle? I did. I don't want to double ping. That's just a psycho move. One ping is already crazy. So what's going on with your grandpa? Is everything okay? Is everything going okay? My poor phone is dying, but we'll be fine. Anyway, good afternoon. I know I just streamed last night, but I'm realizing a small weakness of these cooking streams, which is that I want to stream everything I cook. But unfortunately, you need to eat every day. So I feel like I'm doing them all the time. Let's see. I humbly request you give us lots of heads up on mac and cheese. Yeah. So I'm actually working on stream schedules again. I don't know if you've seen... Rather, I don't know if you remember the ones I used to do with the weekly schedule. I actually put one together for next week. So I will have everything laid out ahead of time. Also, hi Tay. How's it going? So don't worry. You'll be well informed. Don't worry. Any like weird dietary thing that I should keep in mind? I know you have a handful of allergies, right? Birch tree, for example. 92-year-old who lives in rural Louisiana is suffering from dehydration because he doesn't want to drink water. You know, I understand that for a lot of elderly folk, things like basic self-care, like drinking water, eating food, become pretty hard from, due to things like, slow GI motility or bad teeth or whatever. So I hope it's not anything like that. He's just cranky. A science fact? Well, let's see. My current science fact is, hello Mina. I didn't see you there until just now. You're being very sneaky lately. You got starts of a migraine. Oh my god, Tay. Get off stream and go lie down. Oh my god. I can't do anything when I'm having a migraine or when I'm like about to have one. It's just dark room and Excedrin. That's all I'm capable of. He's just cranky? Alright, well, screw him then. You know, there is a place near here that does, recreational IVs. Or, like, IVs for, like, health optimizing, health maxing. It's like a gym. Let's see. Sneaky is your default. I met you with a year of odd Mina. Oh, an odd brave Mina? I see. Well, I'm glad that you're here tonight. And science fact. Well, here's an interesting one. We can actually do it on stream. Hang on. Let me just make sure I'm remembering this correctly. Oh boy, I can barely read chat. You're in bed, coconut cut under the covers with you. Oh my god, your cat goes under the covers with you? I'm so jealous. Let's see. Okay. She does sometimes. I'm jealous. I'm jealous. Ham is not interested in getting in bed with us at all. Anyway, so here's your science fact. If we look in here, where's my camera? Oh, it's over here today. Right, put some garlic in here. Garlic has a number of sulfur-containing compounds in it. That can hydrolyze pretty readily. So, if we put in some vinegar, we're just going to let that sit for a while. And we'll get back to that a little bit later, and you'll see what happens. I've actually had this happen to me a lot while I'm cooking. Usually with like lemon stuff. It makes it look kind of funky. Avoid guns that goes under the blanket during colder months. Oh, baby. Or at least I think this will work. It might not be a strong enough acid, but we'll see. We'll see. Sulfur-containing compounds. Can't believe they put sulfur in garlic jail. I can totally believe they put sulfur in garlic jail. Sulfur belongs in garlic jail. They've been playing Digimon World recently, right? Yeah, June. Sulfur's been playing Digimon World. You can go snow for them if you want. I've been seeing the pings for it from time to time. Snow for binding ritual. Snow for binding ritual. I don't know of any of those. I know like metal binding rituals, metal chelators, but no snow for binding ones. I think Sun asked us a little bit earlier, but the OG. But dinner tonight is dumplings. We're making Korean style dumplings. It's not really my favorite kind of Korean dumpling, but I couldn't find all the ingredients for that one, so we're making a slight twist on it, but I'm sure it'll be fine. For those of you who know how to cook, you would probably know that what I'm doing with this garlic here is incredibly stupid. Please don't tell me to cut my garlic any more intelligently like this. I cannot do the paw thing. I don't know how well it works. It makes me scared and nervous. So I'm going to continue doing my unsafe cutting, and if you're lucky, you'll see me cut my finger on stream. Yo, Pachi. Pachi, MC, are you guys watching Evo right now? I watched a little bit right before I started stream. It's still pool for 6, right? But I saw Sonic Fox 1 again. Taking out a cameraman. Uni top 6. Ooh, cool. Which finals are tomorrow? SF6 and Strive pools today. Got it. Top 24 will start after Uni top 6. Grand Blue Strive, Tekken, and then 6. Holy crap, today's a busy day then. I don't understand how they do Evo so fast. I feel like you need a few days to get through all that, you know? Oh, that's for tomorrow? Oh, okay. But still, it's only a couple days, right? Like, it's like a pre-show day or two, and then 2 days of event, and then it's over. It's crazy how short it runs. Especially for how expensive it is. How many clothes is that? I think this is about a dozen. Yeah. About a dozen, Tay. Roughly speaking. But like Doki always says, you measure garlic with your heart. So, truthfully, whatever feels right to you is what you should put in here. Whatever feels right. So you want this garlic minced up pretty fine. A running theme for this particular recipe is you're going to want things very small. Dumplings are not big food, so you don't want a big chunk of anything in there, honestly. Sunday has the main room open this year, so it's less rush from. Oh, that's nice. I've never been to Evo. I've never been to any major, honestly. I've wanted to go for a long time. Frosty! Yo, Frosty, how's it going? Garlic's good for your heart too, so it measures very liberally. Howdy. Oh, this makes me happy. I'm so happy to see you. How's it going? I heard you got like a new certification at work, right? Can you explain to me what exactly that was? I wanted to say congrats, but I didn't know what to congratulate you on. Alright, hey, I hope you feel better. I hope your headache gets better. Migraines are no fun. Oh, you're working towards it. Okay, got it. On your way then. Class A CDL. Is that a type of license? Actually, driver's license or something? Commercial license? Oh, cool. Cool. So, I was at the DMV yesterday. So that's why when you said Class A CDL, I was like, oh, that sounds very familiar. That sounds like something I saw on some paperwork and said does not apply to me. Cool. How long are those shifts? Are those like, you know, cross multiple states, like the long haul drivers, or? Because that's usually what I think of when I see those big tractor trailer rigs. You know? The company's local, so it's only 4 10-hour shifts. Ah, oh, that's like the ideal work pattern, honestly. I'm a little jealous. I would love to work 4 10-hour days. Some routes do have 1 to 2 hour drives, though. Okay. That's cool. It's still like a food delivery, right? Like produce and stuff? Or like stocking stuff? I remember you complaining every time like 4th of July comes around and you have to fill things with soda. What was I doing? Oh yeah, so I'm making the fillings for the dumplings right now. Dumplings are nice because you can fill them with whatever you want. We're making these today with shiitake mushroom and napa cabbage. Usually I like Asian chives, or in Korean we call it puchu. They have a really nice savory sort of flavor they add to the dumpling. But napa cabbage is pretty traditional too. Most Chinese dumplings make use of napa. Beverages. Water, soda, coffee, energy drinks. Oh man. So could you deliver to where I am some of those horrible cursed sodas from way back? No! Gina, do you want another buffalo sauce soda? Gino's distressed. How about ranch? Shiitake dumpling, yeah, it's pretty mild on the shiitake flavor actually. I find that for shiitake a little goes a really, really, really long way. But they're great for dumplings because a lot of dumplings ingredients like pork or like onions and stuff will drop a lot of water into your dumpling. And if you're not making like a steamed dumpling, or even if you are, it can make the crust or the wrapper really waterlogged. And so you get a soggy dumpling that breaks apart when you pick it up. You know, I'm sure everyone's seen, you know, experienced something similar to that. And so that's not good. No one wants that. And so, oh, dumpling runaway. The nice thing about shiitake mushrooms, I said this yesterday, but they soak up liquid like crazy. They're like little sponges you put in here. Get the Jones soda full Thanksgiving meal soda. Hey, don't joke, son. I've actually done that. I've drank them on stream. They were vile, absolutely vile. I did it for charity too, so I can't even say I wouldn't do it again. It was like for a good cause. It's terrible. I did it for charity with a great stream. Haha, for you maybe. Haha, haha. Oh, I was so sick after that. Oh, the things I do on stream. I was so sick after that. Yeah, I owe Pilk something nasty in return, but I haven't figured out what quite yet. Cranberry bit wasn't bad, but the rest you wouldn't again. Yeah. There was like an apple pie one, I think, that we tried, or a pumpkin pie that was actually pretty decent. But the rest were pretty foul. I think there was one that was like, it's kind of like salty. I think it was bacon one, where it mostly tasted like kind of burnt. That was actually terrible. Truly, truly bad. Just a nightmare in soda form. Let's see. Can't see it, but there's a frying pan over there. We're just gonna saute these mushrooms like we did yesterday. Green bean 0 out of 10. Oh man. My suffering was temporary, but the glory was eternal until the VOD disappears. You know, thanks to Frosty, that's not going to happen for quite a while. I'll have to wait for YouTube to go down before that happens. Unfortunately. Alright, this bad boy here, this is a Napa cabbage. It's what they make like kimchi and stuff like that out of. It's also stated on Twitter. Oh God, really? But you know, it's cabbage. A couple things to note: there are two different parts of the cabbage. There's like a leafy part here, and then a white part here. This white part is pretty tough, but the leafy part kind of wilts pretty easily when cooked. So I try to separate them out and cut them into different sizes if possible. May not bother here. I might just cut it all small because this is a lot and it's more of the inside of the cabbage. Nappa, so just like Dragon Ball, that's what he's named for. That's indeed what he's named for. Finding out every character in there was named after food made me so mad. Just like making a similar realization in Naruto. Nappa Hunch. I really love the joke about Nappa Hunch being Mach Punch, but the punch moved too fast, and so the accent marker slipped over. Dragon Ball is about a monkey making cabbage. You've never seen it, you'll assume it is 100% accurate. Not that far off, honestly. But everyone is named after a different type of vegetable. Kakarot. Where's a little bowl? I'm gonna put these mushrooms in here so I can clear out my cutting board. They also scream while they do it, a lot. You know, based on watching people play DBZ Fighters, or Dragon Ball Fighter Z, DBFZ, that seems pretty accurate to me. MC? They're called vegetables because they are able to be Vegeta. Stop. Just, please, set me free. Actually, I'm gonna cut these a little differently. Move. Move, I'm gay. Okay. Why? Why'd you know? That was in my head. Alright, mushrooms are going into the pan here. Do you just like to bother me? Oh, I want to ask. Does anyone here know of someone who does custom plushie commissions? Custom plushies. Maybe even custom cat plushies. Or custom cat bird. I know Tiff does really cute plushies. I got a one of their trans bats a while ago. And that Stella doll that featured prominently way back when I first started. So I was gonna check on with her, but if anyone knew anyone, please let me know. For evil reasons. For the patented Stella Draco merch line that's coming up. Clearly. Clearly. You know, Kami wanted to set up her own merch store. Oh, did she? Selling little arties? A Stella Fumo? Oh god, I would love a Stella Fumo. I would subject it. I would subject her to the worst things. The microwave is only the beginning. Only the beginning for Stella Fumo. If you plan on getting back into sewing sometime, give you a few years. Okay, keeping that one in mind. Soak the Stella Fumo complete with milk and then I hate you people. Shut up, Juno. Just general merch warehousing stuff. Okay. Like merch for herself, or like just in like a, you know, like one of those Japan import shipping stores. God, this one's not being cooperating. Okay. What's getting sucked out of whom? Don't worry about it, Z-Ray. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Jean. Everything's okay. No problems here. Unclear. Okay, that's cool, Mina. Let me know. Curious to see, too. Right. See, these guys are nice and crispy. They're pretty dried out, so they've lost a lot of water. When we put the other plants in together with it, they'll soak it up a lot and keep things from getting soggy. The rest of these Napa, I can probably toss. I don't need them. Please do not make cheese in this telephone. While we're cooking, you made a big batch of spaghetti because they reheat like a champion. Oh, yeah. Yeah, pasta is like the best meal prep thing. I made a big batch of what is it? Penne? Penne with like pasta sauce. Um, which I've been using for my weekday meals at work. Leftover tomato pastas are so goated, right? What was I doing? Oh, right. Anyway, this is a bunch of cabbage, but as you probably expect, this cabbage is super wet. After all that effort I spent trying to get water not in here, this will ruin everything. So I'm gonna salt it pretty liberally. And then just mix it in. And then we're gonna toss this into a colander. And just place this over the sink. So what that'll do is the salt will pull out the water and keep this from getting soggy. Cabbage. Cabbage it. Next, ginger. This guy. Let me see, where's my spoon? I like a pretty good amount of ginger in dumplings. It adds a nice kind of, I don't know where the word for it, spice? A little bit of kick that tastes really nice. For the longest time, I couldn't figure out how to peel ginger. Because, like, it's super knobby and really weird, and it's, like, very smooth, so you can't trim it very well. And these knobs mean that you can't use a vegetable peeler too super easily, too. I don't remember who showed me to use a spoon, but... Oh! Hello, Summer Demon Gordon! Hello! Ketchup is liquid, made from fruit, and is 20% sugar, making it a sport drink. I feel like in some places that's probably true. Kill ginger? I'm not killing any ginger. This is delightful. It's a good food. It's a good food, Brent. We love ginger in this home. I'm trying to peel it. Okay, that's peeled. Hey, no mean jokes. Keep that to yourself. Anyway, ginger is prepped. I'm just gonna cut these knobs off because they're kind of in the way when you try and to grate it. We're just gonna trim. Looks pretty good to me. Want to hear a fun fact? Will I like this fun fact, or is this fun fact going to get someone in trouble? Oh. Bees are legally considered fish in California. That is a fun fact. What the hell am I going to do with fish bees? Why are they even fish? Is it because they're managed by the same department? Quick thing. This is a ginger thingamajiggy. I got it at a Japanese grocery a while ago, but it's got these little knobs on it there where you roll the ginger over. And I'll make this ginger paste. Do we need a fishing license to keep bees there? Maybe? Why are puffins okay to eat? Wait, sorry. A lot just went on just now. Why are puffins okay to eat during Lent? That sounds like a California thing to do, actually, Alaris. That actually does sound like a very California thing to do. The bee loophole. Why would you eat a puffin? They're cute. You do vaguely recall the puffin thing. Did you eat puffins during lunch, you know? Was this a thing just like the Catholic kids told each other? Like, I wish. Why would you eat a puffin? Because during lunch your options are limited. Yeah, okay. They live in the ocean, so they were considered fish. I guess. I've heard like a lot of litigious Bibleism before, you know? A lot of looking for loopholes. Back in the Middle Ages, that was very popular, wasn't it? When there were all those different popes and the church was falling apart. So I'm just grating a bunch of ginger here. I'm kind of going by feel. If you want to do this kind of more measured, it's about maybe like an inch or an inch and a half ginger that I'm losing track of. Big medieval classification loophole vibes, yeah. They used to sell like little forgiveness tokens, right? Back in the Middle Ages too. You could buy them to be absolved of sin. But like depending on the sin, it costs more. And then I think the doctrine was that baptism removed your past record. So some people would wait until like right when they were on death's door to get baptized. You know, just be like, haha, clean slate, I'm in, baby. Wonder if that's still a thing. That's probably enough. Get out of here, Martin Luther. You don't want to see the advanced witchcraft we have today. Forgiveness tokens, aka you had birth. When your homie's being sent to hell, but he had burst. So Guilty Gear was telling us all along. That's why I say heaven or hell at the start of every round. Alright. Ginger, garlic, onion. One thing I forgot to mention is if you have like a food processor, you can use that for here too. It makes life a lot easier. Just don't go too hard on things like onions or garlic. They get kind of bitter. If you go nuts on them. Hello, Arkenstone Dragon. Welcome on in. Does anyone here cook Indian food? You know, I don't. I'm not sure about the others, but I used to live next to a really, really good chaat restaurant way back when I was in school, but they had really, really fantastic chaat. Actually, I don't know what kind of food people like. What would y'all say is your like favorite type of food? Doesn't have to be like a region. It can be like a, you know, bread is a legitimate answer. What would you say is your favorite? Mine would have to be noodles. Anything with noodles. Nudes. Send nudes. Like Korean noodle soups, Chinese noodle soups, tantanmen, any of those things. Rice is truly goated. Gumbo. Gumbo is a great answer. Hi, Ashrat. How's it going? Gumbo is a fantastic answer. I love that one. Vindaloo. I think I've only had goat vindaloo in the past. It's really good. I like goat. Man, I could go for some gumbo, actually. You know? Gino's been talking to me about wanting to try alligator. So, like, alligator gumbo. Doesn't that sound good? Sounds pretty legit to me. Deli sandwich? Okay. Hot or cold? Hot or cold deli sandwich? Like, truly deli style, where it's like a cold cut? Or something toasted? You're a sucker for a well-topped bagel. What do you want on your bagels? Cream cheese? Salmon? Lox? Capers? And what kind of bagel? Because my go-to used to be everything bagels with strawberry cream cheese, and everyone told me that was a crime. Because you can't mix sweet and savory like that. Which, honestly, they had a point, but I still liked it. Something more fancy, you'd say curry. Curry. There's a lot of different kind of curries. Indian curry, Chinese curry, or not Chinese curry so much. Thai curry, Japanese, of course. Any particular kind? Oh, hi, oh my gosh, hi Doki! Doki! Hydra after cutting onions. Yeah, I know, I'm crying. I have different water from Costco today, by the way. Alkaline water. Scientifically proven to do absolutely nothing. Alright, let's see. Lox, capers, cream cheese. Chive cream cheese. Oh. Yeah. That's the good stuff. Chives are underrated, I think. As a food. Hello, Doki. I'm so happy to see you. How you feeling? You said you were feeling better today, right? Doing okay? Getting back into 14 and drawing? I've never had Jamaican curry. I've had jerk chicken a bunch, and I've had I've had the beef patties, and truthfully, I don't think I need anything else in my life after having one of those beef patties. They were so good. I'm always happy to see you too, Doki. You brighten my day, and my evenings, and my middle of the nights. Early morning, they're kind of a stretch, but I don't think those are unsalvageable. Okay. I think this is enough onion. So I'm actually going to put it in the same bowl as the cabbage from earlier. I'm going to move this forward just a little so you can see. Just because we're going to do the same thing with the salt and everything, so we might as well put them in the same pot. The beef patty is super solid. Yeah, I saw them in Spider-Verse, and I told Juno that I'd never tried one, and her being from New York, she was aghast and told me we needed to change that. Jerk chicken patties are powerful. I haven't had jerk chicken patties, just the beef ones. If we message each other early mornings, we both know it's too early to be awake. True. It is way too early to be awake, and we should be back in bed. Slightly spicy, very savory, not as heavy as Indian curry with chicken, potatoes, and carrots. That sounds actually really good, Ashrat. I've had Indian curry a few times, and generally speaking, I find it's a little bit... It's kind of heavy, but could really use a little bit more like vinegar or something, like pickles or something. So that sounds actually pretty good to me. These guys are not turning blue. They'll get there eventually. I think we have enough onions in there, yeah? Hey, Professor! How's it going? How you doing, dude? So Koreans do this thing where we're poor historically for most of our past. So we try to make things like meat last a little bit longer. So in the dumplings, we put tofu to kind of help stretch the meat out a little bit more. Just half a block is fine. But the problem with tofu is that it's quite wet when you make things. So to combat that, you can either leave it out for a while, or you can leave it out with like under pressure, so you can squeeze it, and it'll drain some of the water out of there. But if you're in a hurry, or if you're doing it live on stream like I am, the other way is you cut it into thin, like kind of little flat thingamajiggies. I don't know what you would call these, rectangles, right? Blocks. And you just put some paper towels over them. Doop, doop, doop. Like so. We're just going to roll up the towels a little bit. Like that. And then we're going to microwave this for 30 seconds. That's how you know I cook for real, is I use a microwave. What was I going to do with this tofu block? Anyone want it? I don't know what to do with it. Eat the tofu whole? For real, hey? You want me to eat this whole? Okay. Sorry, I still have tofu in my mouth. Get some water. Actually didn't taste bad at all. Just kind of dry. Torn, thank you so much for the 5 gift subs. Oh, thank you. Stella chewing ASMR. Oh, please no. Thank you so much for the gift subs. I really appreciate it. I'm glad you appreciate it. That's pretty good. I wouldn't mind a little more. Actually, I'm just gonna keep going. Also, hello, Hero. I'm just gonna keep eating that. It's actually pretty good. That's my opinion on eating whole blocks of cheese. I could do it. Cheese is delicious. Alright, I forgot what I was doing with this tofu. Oh yeah. So, I've got a big bowl here. A big girl bowl. And this is where we're gonna start assembling our mix. So, first off, we're starting off with ground pork. Ground pork. I'm gonna actually move the camera just a little bit. There you go. Right, ground pork. I find that pork is a lot better than beef for making dumplings. Something about the flavor, you know? Gotta be careful eating cheese whole. You don't want to catch yourself on that old sharp cheddar. Haha. Z-Ray. I try to crumble it up a little as I put it in. Usually when it's ground up, it doesn't have like a really nice texture to it. Some people make their own ground pork. If you get like a pork chuck or pork shoulder, you can chop it up yourself, which actually turns out really nice. It's pretty labor intensive though, to make that pork mince. But you get to do the thing with the cleavers, where you take a couple of cleavers and you go nuts with them. No beef? Huh. You know, Lars, actually, that's a pretty good idea. Hang on. Thank you for the suggestion. Give me a sec. Hey! Welcome, Smug Fox Raiders. Welcome on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you doing, sweetlings? Welcome to the Double Fox stream. Oh my god. First of all, thank you so much, Sareda, for the raid. It's lovely to see you. I know I was just hanging out in your stream right before this. Second of all, and welcome on in, Raiders. For those of you who don't know me, I am Stella Strega. I am a witch VTuber, walking disaster and general hazard to life and limb. Hey Rio is talking about this block of tofu, which Hey asked me to take a bite out of, and it's actually pretty good. Oh. Too much tofu. Too big of a bite. But, oh god. Just choking a little bit. But welcome on in. Today we're making dumplings. Korean food. Well, no, that's a lie. Right now I'm eating a block of tofu. We're making, Korean dumplings, or mandu. We've just finished prepping most of the ingredients, and we're putting it all together. So this is about a bunch of ground pork. I was telling Alaris that usually I make this with only ground pork, but it's actually quite... it actually makes it quite a bit better if you have a little bit of beef to add a little bit of that savory beef flavor. So in honor of Alaris, who made a suggestion to include more beef in my diet, I'm going to put a little bit of beef in here. You don't want more than like about, 1 part in 4 or so to be beef. Maybe one half. So I'm just going to put a little bit, but about half of this block. And that'll give us just enough beef to use up later for the croquette stream. While also adding a little bit more savory texture to this. Stella, why do you hate me? I don't hate you. I just love beef. It's delicious. Stella needs extra beef in her diet. It's full of tasty vitamins and things like that. It's full of tasty flavors is what it's full of. The ratio of the beef. This stuff is 80-20. Which is kind of like my happy spot for dumplings. If I was making something like a meatloaf or like a burger, I'd go down to maybe like 73, like 70-30. But for dumplings, you don't want too much grease to come out, or it'll make the, like I said, it'll make the wrapper soggy. So 80% is about my happy spot here. Anyway, I'm going to take that tofu I made earlier, and I'm just going to crumble it up. You don't want it big, you actually want it quite small. For those of you who enjoy stimming on like on like goo or things like that, this is actually feels kind of nice. Highly recommend it. Actually, no, it either feels really nice or really terrible. So, your mileage may vary. It's actually good to know. Thank you. Oh yeah, you're welcome. It's a little different from like empanadillas. When I make empanadillas, I actually cook it beforehand first, because I want the shell to be really nice and crisp, and there's a lot more filling compared to the shell in dumplings. Yeah, beef slime mood board. You want to eat that onion? You want to take a bite of this onion, Josh? You want to take a bite? I've got half an onion here just waiting for you. Just take a bite like an apple. You do? You do? You're a bit sick right now, some raw onion would help? Yeah, I mean, Those like strong aromatics are always nice when you're sick. Things like ginger and garlic, raw onion. But the raw onion always makes me cry. Makes me sad, you know? That is a disgusting sound. Hang on. That's so gross. I hate that. Oh, it's terrible. That's what redacted sounds like. Oh, man. I should do that more often. That's really funny. All right. What else in here? This is these are the mushroom bits we made earlier. They've actually dried out quite a lot. They're really small now, so I'm just gonna dump them all in. This will help soak up the moisture from anything that comes out of the fat, so that you keep all that grease inside, where it'll be delicious and yours, instead of on the pan where it'll be sad and wasted. Wretched beast, loathsome fox. Oh, doggy, no. Patches, 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 patches. Don't hit me with those, like, CIA brainworm from things from the past. What else do I need? I'm trying to remember. I have the veggies from earlier, but they're still salting out. This egg is so bitty. Pop an egg in there. The egg helps as a binder. I think you only really need one. And I didn't say this earlier, but I actually, the recipe I'm making is a little bit bigger than what I normally make. So if you're using the proportions I put on Twitter, you can just use as is. But if you're using the proportions based on what I'm doing in the stream, add another pound of meat. They say my family has big hands, which means we can't do anything small. We have to do it massive. Should I squish this too? That's not as good. So I always do things pretty over the top. The loathsome fox cooker. Is she a fox who cooks, or a fox, or a person who cooks foxes? There's a big difference. One is me, one is an ideal girlfriend. Anyway, ignoring whatever Cereza is saying right now. Put another egg in here. Oh, that sound was perfectly tolerable. Okay, that's good. You can't even throw bombs? Yeah, I'm protected by being a PNG tuber right now. Alright, we're gonna mix this up. So, when you're mixing this, you don't want it to come together too hard or too thick. I find that for dumplings, if you go too rough on here, they can get kind of like, I don't know, kind of pasty or kind of like a funky texture.
They're about to get sticky.
How the hell did you make that work, MC? How the hell did you do that? How did you make Ochet come out here? Yeah, that doesn't work. Or does it? What the fuck? Sorry, what the fluff? Why is it fox phobic? It doesn't like you, Cereza. You good, June? Ochet is simply too strong. That I believe. Yeah, what kind of science fact do you want, Cereza? So you can't see it, but I'm taking this off stream and I'm just squeezing it to get the water out. Science of why blur pays their Ava. She's just too strong. Science fact about pigs, including javelinas. So I'm not like much into like ecological sciences very much, so I don't really know that much about animals. But I do know what animals are really good and useful for. Lots of animals have different types of similarities to people, and makes them useful in the process of developing medicine or therapy. Because the closer it is to a person, the easier or the more likely it is to respond the same way a person would. So, for example, for things like, eye disease, we use rabbits fairly often because they have these big ol' cute rabbit eyeballs. Anyway, do you want to know what the most valuable organ from a pig is for developing medicine? Want to guess what we use pigs for? I hear a guess for skin. I hear a guess for heart. I hear a guess for yes. Damn, Sarah, you're fast. I didn't even see what that was. The liver. Okay. I hear skin, liver, heart. 2 hearts. It is a heart. Pig hearts are very, very similar to human hearts. We use them a lot in cardiology. But we also use them for transplantation. So, pigs are the host organism, where for some people who have had heart failure and have no donor or otherwise way to survive, there have been a few studies over the past couple years where they've been given pig hearts. Pop it out of a pig and pop it into a person, and they'll live for a couple of weeks or even a month. Tazaro! Zaro, hey! Hi. Yona. You were playing Nier, right? You were playing Nier? Oh. Yona is a perfect girl. And we love her. Which Nier was it again, Zaro? I forget which one it was. Was it Replicant? Like the remake? Ooh. Wait. That moment? There's like 10. Which that moment? Yona is actually a literal sunshine. Yes, she is. She is the best daughter. We love her. Or best sister if you're playing Replicant. Brother Nier. I was actually shocked when I played Replicant that how different the vibe of the game is if you're Brother Nier versus Papa Nier. Like, I talked to Devil at once and I was like, no, this isn't right. Oh, the first that moment, I guess, he started last week. Oh, dude. You have so many more coming for you. I am so sorry, but I am also so excited. I am so excited for you. Florian, it makes the first part in the town, when you're running around getting odd jobs from Devil and Popola, it makes it feel so sad. It's so sad when you're Papa Nier. Like when you're Brother Nier, it feels like a whole village raising a child sort of moment, where everyone's pitching in to raise this poor orphan child. But if you're Papa Nier, oh, it's so just painful. It's delicious. Absolutely delicious. All right, this is almost done. I'm gonna put some seasonings in here because while we have all the components, we need some flavor. So first off is this is Shawshank cooking wine. This is really not necessary for this at all. For like things like pork and stuff, you add just a little bit of it. It helps kind of mitigate some of the taste. You only need about a tablespoon. But I like putting it in. It helps kind of mellow out the pork taste. Did you hear about the Warframe 90s boy band they shut off today? I did not hear about anything from Warframe. I don't follow that game. You don't like how Emil shares a name with the quirky, oomphy shopkeeper in Automata. I feel like your boy is in for some pain. It's a good game, Tharo. It's a really good game. You're gonna love it. You're not gonna be able to stop thinking about it. It'll live with you. Forever. Forever. This is soy sauce. Yeah, this is soy sauce. Actually, yeah. I'm gonna use a different one. What I had in my hand was Korean soy sauce, but it was soup soy sauce, so it has a slightly different flavor profile. This is Pearl River Bridge light soy sauce. For those of you who are Chinese or Chinese food cookers in here, you know this is the classic, the goat, the go-to. Costs like $2.50. Tastes amazing. Near Automata, Replicant is one of the things that just always haunt you, like I Saw the TV Glow, or Everything Everywhere All at Once, or J.J. McField. I did see your review of I Saw the TV Glow. I'm very curious to try it out, and a little scared. If I'm being honest. Because when we did Everything Everywhere as a channel movie night, I felt really bad. I felt just terrible for doing that. Because it was like one of those things where you have to, right? Like, you have to do it. It's required reading as a human being, but it hits hard. Okay. So, last thing I'm going to put in here is flavor crystal. So, just MSG. The usual. It's a big crystal. Get out of here. You don't want crumbs in here. Might not affect others as much as it hit you, but you had to have a lay down. I feel you. There's just some media that does that to you. Shouldn't we be in food and drink? Oh my god, there's a food and drink category? No one told me that. Hang on. Hot damn, there is. Okay, I fixed it. Thank you so much, Flugel. I had no idea. Food and drink, Stella bartending stream. I mentioned this to Professor, but I don't drink nearly enough to have enough liquor for a bartending stream. Like, I can make shots and stuff, and I can make them look good, but I can't drink. I'm a weenie. Time to make dumplings and start save lives. Valhalla, but for Stella. Soda drink mixing is enough. Oh, there it is. Popcorn stream. Oh, that's a fun idea. I love popcorn. Last thing is a bit of vinegar. Just a touch. You don't want to put too much in here so that You don't want to making it taste sour or anything. But vinegar is kind of like salt. A little bit makes food taste better. Tastes more like itself. So I always put a bit in. Let's see. Food is life. Food is good. I agree, Jimmy Hemi. Welcome on in. Good to see ya. Welcome on in. Did you see that the Valhalla devs are making a Parasite? I did see that. It looks cool. Do you know how many popcorn kernel colors there are? I don't. I've seen like 4 or 5 colors of popcorn kernel. I like the blue one a lot, actually. But I don't know how many there are. Right. So when you're making dumplings, it's hard to know what this will taste like, because it's not in a dumpling. So what you do is you just grab a little patty of it, and you toss it on the frying pan. And you just let it cook. The blue corn hits different. The blue corn hits different. There's 13 colors? The hell would I do with 13 colors of popcorn? I like chocolate and popcorn. It's okay. I find that chocolate and popcorn is a little too sweet, usually for my taste. You eat them. Thanks, Teresa. As always, I can count on you to deliver those hard facts. And deep knowledge. Let me just move this real quick. There's a ladyfinger popcorn you can turn into Rice Krispie. That sounds cool as heck. What would you even... Like, the kernels are just, like, longer? Like, they look like little rice kernels? Huh. Or do they pop like that? I actually really like those, like, what's it called? Like, Chex Mix type things, you know? Where you take, like, what? Muddy Buddies or whatever the hell they are. Well, you can look them up. I will, after this. I'm a little busy right now, so I'm not going to be, Googling while I work, but... Alright. It's just dried meat, or cooked meat. Puppy Chow, that's it. I've heard a much worse name for them, but Puppy Chow is a nice one. That's actually pretty good. A little more soy sauce, and I think sesame oil. A little sesame oil, and we're good to go. Right. So let me make some room here, because next is the fun part of this. Ladyfinger kernels are smaller with thinner hulls, and they make delicate popcorn that doesn't get stuck in your teeth. Why doesn't the rest of the world know about this? I feel like we've solved, like, world peace right here, and no one's told anyone. Popcorn that doesn't get stuck in your teeth is like the holy grail of popcorn. Flugel, are you like a popcorn enthusiast? Is that like your thing? Popcorn enjoyer of above average amount? Because I respect the hell out of that. Flossless popcorn is the tech that will usher in a utopia. You know it. Alright, cutting board's going away. Alright, this is just a metal tray. Silpat down here. I use these for baking quite a lot, but they're just like a non-stick silicone surface. They're delightful. I love them. If anyone does any baking, please get these. They are superior. They are superior to any other kind of lining that you can imagine. Why aren't you turning blue? No, that garlic will get there eventually, don't worry. I'll tweet it after stream if I have to. They used to be really expensive, but they're cheap now. Right, so this is the part of the stream where if you're like watching, using your eyes, this may be a good time for you to tune into something different. Because I'm going to be doing the same thing for like an hour. Because I am going to be folding dumplings. There's red, mushroom, purple, black, blue, midnight blue, rainbow, medium white, medium yellow, baby yellow, and extra large caramel type. Extra large caramel type is what I'm all about. Thank you for the follow! I don't know what chat isn't giving it to me. Tinseltina. Well, thank you. I really like it too. This model is by Funai Fune on Twitter. I do have a regular model, like a fully rigged one that I use for when I'm not running around the kitchen like this. But thank you so much for coming by, and thank you for the follow. Appreciate having you here. Anyway, I was saying that large caramel corn type is how I want to be classified, you know, by anthropologists many years from now. Medium yellow. I mean, if I had to choose one for myself, I'd be like mushroom. I'm probably mushroom. No, that's Cereza. Cereza the mushroom type. I've seen her server. It's full of mushrooms. You're hungry? That makes two of us. Okay, there we go. Rainbow? Good choice. Okay, we got our filling here. Spoon. This is for the egg wash that we're gonna use for it. So I'm gonna just do a couple of eggs. Let me get my whisk. Actually, chopsticks will do just fine. So the thing with this is, you want this egg wash to be actually quite thin. If you don't beat it enough or don't put enough muscle into this, the whites will stay together, and you'll get your dumpling folds really wet. Could you add the suggestions in my throne? Oh my god, I haven't looked at my throne in ages. How did you even find that? What suggestions are in there? I forgot about having that thing. Probably Pilk. Oh, dear God. Oh, dear God. Please don't remind me of that time. Of that mistake. Talking about suggesting something on my throne. Huh. Flugel, do you want give me an example on how to do that? Like, do you want to have like a throne option to suggest something to me? Or are you giving me a suggestion for something to put on my throne? Don't knock Pilk. I actually kind of like Pilk. I'm okay with Pilk. Yeah, it's just the rest of it. You put milk in a hard energy drink and it curdle instantly. It was kind of chunky. It was kind of chunky. Oh, Throne lets you make suggestions on the website. Oh, okay. All right, I'll go check it out after this, Lugal. Thank you. How do you make Pilk? Well, it involves it's Pepsi. You got Pepsi, and you got milk, or Ninja milk, if you prefer. Do you know? Did we throw away the last of the milk?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It was expired by like 2 years.
It was 2 years expired. We still have one of the energy drinks you like, though.
Yep.
Doesn't Pepsi sell branded Pilk? I would have no idea, and I don't want to think about it. That's a terrible thought. But yeah, Pilk is actually not so bad. It kind of tastes like an ice cream float. Make Pilk again with the Nitro Pepsi. You know what I do have? You know what I do have that I never actually drank from ages ago? Is let me actually pull it up. Do you remember this? From like a couple years ago? I've never actually tried it. That's like when I started streaming. Yeah, right? The buy soda. Yeah, I meant to try it, but things happened. Alright, let's fill these bad boys. Actually, hang on. Is this done? Yes, it is. Yep. There's steam everywhere. Hang on. Just got a smaller spoon. Let's see. You did have the interestingly named energy drink a while back. That was actually delicious, and Juno really liked it. Okay. Full some dumplings, shall we? Wow, okay. You know what? Screw this. There is no way I'm doing that with a glove on. That is terrible. I was trying to be professional for stream, but no. No way. Lychee and passion fruit flavored. Yeah, it was delicious. Undying result. Oh my god, hi Undying! How's it going? Haven't seen you in ages. How you doing? Good to see you. Wait. Undying result. Was that Emma? No, right? Emma's name was different, right? Oh my god, it's been so long. It's been so freaking long. It is Emma! Oh my god, hi Emma! I'm so excited to see you. How you doing? Oh man, the name came first, and then the name registration, and then the disbelief because I didn't want to get my hopes up. Hey Emma, how you doing? How's life? Wait, you can't see me folding these, can you? I'm gonna try to move the camera up a little bit. Give me a sec. Camera closer. Camera down. Camera at a weird angle. Alright, that might be a little bit better. Life has been lifing, but you continue to life? Oh, don't we all? Don't we all, Emma? Oh man, so happy to see you. I was just thinking about you when I was cutting that onion. I think about you actually every time I cut onions. um, once again, I failed to use your technique. And I'm glad you came in later in the stream after the knife was gone, because if you had seen my knife technique, you would be scolding me. I know it's a funny thing to think about, but it's onions. It's onions that make me think of you. Because I learned so much about onions from that one video you made. You're traumatized from the onions? Don't be traumatized, they're just onions. So I do these with the 2 pleats on each side fold. It's super easy, honestly. I'll show you real quick. But I like this one because it makes for a flat bottom on the dumpling, so you can stand it up in the steamer. Okay, so dumpling here. Yolk or egg on one side. You fold it over in half into a crescent moon, and then fold 1 pleat, and then 2 pleats. Put it together, and then the other side you do the same, right? And you're done. Now we air fry. I actually either deep fry or pan fry these, or steam them, or use them for soup too. Now it's your turn to learn my dumpling technique. You ever make these at home? Gladly. One thing I like doing is when I fold them, I use one hand to kind of put it in the cup between your thumb and your index or your middle finger, and the other holds down as you close it up, like here. I tend to overfill these quite a bit. I am generous with my serving size, so holding it like that helps me to squish it in. If you're brave enough to consume raw, I'm not that brave. Oh, hydrate, thank you. Get some water. Ever made crab rangoons? I haven't made crab rangoons actually. They're really cheap at the what's it, the Tibetan place nearby. So I've never actually made them. I don't think they don't have any like crab in them, do they? They just look like a crab, because you do that the 4-point pleat, right? You fold it like a little star, or a little crab, 4-legged crab, a little cereza crab. You've never had crab rangoon because your order got stolen by Yipes? How the hell did you get your order stolen by Yipes? How'd you even do that? Let's see. We got owned. Stella, you heard me going to a crab fugue when you visited Key, right? Yes, I did, actually. That's why I made the crab cereza joke. That was weird. CEO at an all-you-can-eat BBQ and they gave your side order to the wrong table. They gave it to Yipes. Oh man, you got so owned. Oh, that's really funny. This is crab appreciation chat. Yeah, Juno goes into the crab fugue as well. It's really interesting how that happens. You know, how people just enter the crab zone. crab-brained. I'm actually really fond of crab cakes. Crab cakes are my favorite. It's all the tastiness of crab with less work, and they're deep fried. Did Juno make a giant mess of her plate with crab bits, or has she refined her crab technique? I'll let Juno answer that one. I will say that Juno often makes a mess of crab parts, like shell, on her plate. One thing that she's really good at with her little shitty little paws is pulling the crab meat out in one piece. You know, all the big legs or claw pieces, she always gets them out in like one big hunk. So true. It uses a wonton wrap, imitation crab, green onion, cream cheese. Oh, it's the imitation crab. It's the surumi. The surumi, yeah. That's why it's called crab rangoon. Okay. The cream cheese just makes it really good. Doesn't matter if the shells stay together. You're not eating that. I agree. That's not food. That is the toll paid in labor and time to eat food. It's the only thing keeping crabs from being extinct, so it's such a pain to eat them. How much crab you actually eat? You know, crab's one of those things where you can really go to town on it. It's quite expensive too. But it's hard to get like full on crab, you know? Hard to get full on crab. Filipino family parties where someone brings crab legs. Good 5 minutes just crapping over legs. Yeah. Wait, Doki, when you have a Filipino crab, what's the crab type? Is it like snow crab? Spider crab? Like, I don't actually... Red crab? I don't actually know what type is common for you. Crabs can't go extinct because something else will happen to crab before that happens. It's true. One crab falls, another two rise to take its place. Pinch, pinch. Let's see, you ended up going to a ramen place later that week and... Oh yeah, the deep fried soft shell crab. I saw that. And yeah, soft shell, I find soft shell super interesting because you can just crunch that shell. It's a little morbid though, you know? Definitely makes my my little part of my brain get the willies. Just a little bit. You must go now, slumber. Thank you for coming by, Flugel. It was nice talking to you about popcorn and crabs. I'll look and see what you put on Throne after this. I'm shocked again that you found it, but I will take a look. Thank you so much for coming by, and I hope to see you again. Have a good night. Of all the things you start eating after you stop eating kosher, crab is the worst compared to pork and shrimp. You started or stopped eating? Alaskan cruise was delayed departing because the Asian family was stopped at port because they had to eat all the crabs like they weren't allowed to bring aboard. I would gladly miss a cruise to eat tons and tons of crab legs. That is a perfectly valid reason to miss a cruise. Okay. You'll notice that as I'm going, these are getting a little bit more messy. It's because these are warming up and so they're getting more pliable. They're a little harder to work with, but they'll still taste fine. What are my thoughts on crawfish? I haven't really had that much crawfish. Every time I've had it, it's just been like, well, that's a seafood. Snow crab. Oh, snow crab Doki. I like snow crab. It's like, I just wish the legs were a little bigger. You know, they're really scrawny. Like king crab is my favorite, because like they're huge, they're delicious. They're like really spiny, so you have to fight for your life with them, but they're really good. Where be Discord? Oh, did the Discord link not work? I'm not sure if can Can someone check and see if that Discord link still works? That's like 3 years old now. Ah, meat and potatoes and a crawfish, or corn and potatoes and a crawfish boil. You know, there's been a lot of places here who do like Cajun seafood boils, potatoes and everything in a bag. Thank you, Alaris. Appreciate it. I'll go fix that after this. With all the long time it's been, and the fact that the booths have been going up and down, up and down. I don't know what links to work anymore, so I will go update that after this. Thank you for the catch. Like everything goes into a crawfish boil except the crawfish. So, Professor, when I've had crawfish before, it was primarily in like a gumbo or jambalaya. And that is perfectly fine. Oh my god. This poor thing is melting. I'm sorry, little guy. Well, we've only got 2 more of this batch to go. Let's quickly take these out. Oh my god, look at them. Look how much is stretching. That's not good. I should probably refrigerate these, honestly. Whatever. Thank you, Cereza. Appreciate it. What is boiling crab? Is that like a hot pot place or a Cajun boil place? What the heck? What is this even doing? You know what? I'm just gonna make it like a little wonton. Yep. Yep, that'll work. I can show a different type of fold actually. So if you're having struggles like me, or can't manage the pleat fold, you can do a crescent fold. So half moon, all the way across. Pinch the edges together, like so. Right? So this is kind of like what you normally think of when you think of like a failed dumpling shape. And then you stand it up and then draw these 2 little arms together. Right? You fold it over one another. And you get this little pocket dumpling. It looks like a Pokemon to me. I don't remember which one. It's like a little Badoo or something. Cajun boiled crab in a bag. Love Cajun boiled crab in a bag. All right, first batch is done. So the nice thing about dumplings is they last forever. So I put them out on this tray so I can pop them in the freezers, which I'm gonna do now. Once they're in there, you can wait for them to like freeze like 30 minutes or so, and just toss them in a sack. All right, batch 1 done. We've unfortunately still got plenty of meat left, so I'm gonna keep going. But it means I get to hang out with y'all longer. As Juno over there gets hungrier and hungrier. Alright. Board comes back. I don't have another silk pat. I used to before it got damaged. So I'm going to just cover this up with paper. I guess not. Okay. Alright. This is just, I have some butcher paper from something I was doing before. I think I was making brisket. The Guilty Gear character. But this will serve for this as well. You're assuming the other paper is less butch? Yeah, I have a femme paper somewhere else. But then we got butch paper and then butcher paper. The cow in me is angry you made brisket with a southern ancestry and the Jew is jealous. The brisket was pretty good. I haven't really made it that much. Our smoker is really quite small. And brisket's a kind of a pain to get a hold of. You can get it from Costco for pretty cheap, but they sell you the whole packer of brisket. And so that's a lot of cow. That is a lot of cow to try and manage. So I've been making ribs. I'm making a bunch of ribs. And those are delicious. I'm all about a good rib. Oh, thank you for the hydrate, Doki. You know, one of my goals for this stream, for the cooking stream in general, is especially for people who have like, you know, some sort of dumpling adjacent ancestry, is when I was growing up, there were lots of moments where, you know, things would kind of quiet down, and my parents would be cooking, you know, something like this, something tedious, low effort, low stress, and things would be really nice. No one was angry, no one was shouting, no one wanted anything from you, just a quiet spot, full dumplings, do whatever you wanted, because everything's okay. And I miss that feeling. So I hope if anyone kind of relates to that, you know, this can be kind of a quiet moment. Change your name to Dumpling Adjacent Ancestry. I don't know, I think you're a pretty dumpling-wrapped ancestry, Tarn. You've got empanadas in your blood. Empanadillas. Stella, do I need a hug? Oh, I'm good. I'm good. It's just, food's a safe space, you know? Like, for real safe. Not virtue signaling or whatever. Food is good. It's how you show someone you care. I mean, what better way to show someone you care than by helping keep them alive, right? Anyway. Cultivating that cozy? Yeah, I plant it every year in Stardew Valley. Spring 1. Go to the store. Visit Pierre. Bro, I need 30 cozy seeds. And like a watering bucket of strife. You feel the same way about ribs the way some people feel about crabs. Too much work. Really? I think if you had like a competition style rib where they're cooked a little bit firmer, so you actually have to like get a clean bite off the bone, like you have to like actually like fight for it, like bite for it. I can see that. But like home style, family style is usually like you cook them, fall off the bone. So when you try to take a bite, they just, you know, fall into your plate. The meat just melts right off. It's tasty. Watching me fold my dumpling, then you're thinking about folding that way to throw off your family and friends, your family and confuse them. How does your family fold them? Filipino soup where we make pork dumplings, but you fold them differently. Oh, so I think if you see like a lot of gyoza type recipes, pot sticker things, this is a pretty common fold. Or if you've been to any restaurant where they do like the crispy skirt, the crispy skirt of around the dumpling, um, they usually look like this because they stand up on their own, and that's nice. These mandupi are tiny. Can't put anything in them. You do hagao pleats. Hagao pleats are hard. I learned a little while ago the soup dumpling plate too. And that one's very difficult. And really time consuming. You know? I don't even know if I can do it on this. Should I try? Right? Because soup dumpling pleats is like... It's like this. We make these tiny little pleats. Over and over. Down. Falling apart. Like, something like that, right? And then you kind of take the outside and you put them together like this. Something like this, right? That's way too much effort. That's way too much effort. You devour so many? How many do you think would be a meal for you, Z-Ray? How many do you think a meal is? She's inhaling them like Kirby. 36? Oh my god, that's a lot of dumplings. Do you want a reasonable answer or a realistic answer? 20 and a light beer? That's actually pretty good. Pretty good number. I'm around the same number. I'm around 20. 20 would be like a full meal for me. Which is, you know, when I think about it, right? It's like... It's a lot of work for not that many meals. Getting some of the cornstarch off. I'll show you how to make some of these too. I'll pan fry some real quick at the end. Just so that you know how to do that. It's worth the prep. Dumplings are like my favorite kind of meal prep, you know? It's like a fun, day-long activity. If you have people that have good hands, you can rope them in to help, fold them, and they're like the ideal food. It's just meat, vegetable, and a wrapper of dough. Every culture has one. Empanadillas, pierogi, dumpling, gyoza, whatever. Anything to get the memory and taste of that awful gyoza. I'm very sorry for your awful gyoza experience. How do they even make gyoza that bad? I know you said they microwaved it, which is like tragic. But you deserve better than microwave. I know, right? Speak up for your rights. Your right to better gyoza. Ajinomoto gyoza is pretty good for being frozen, ready to eat gyoza. It's okay. I find Ajinomoto is a little bit like sweet. They've got something a little sweet in there that I don't really like. But my favorite is actually, strangely, Trader Joe's. Trader Joe has like $2.50 bags of gyoza, chicken or pork, and they are spectacular. They are so good. Like for a few years, I didn't make gyoza anymore or dumplings at home because the Trader Joe's ones were so good, and they're super cheap too. Yeah, if you go by, grab some. Promise you, they're better. I overfilled this one really badly. Right. For the overfull ones, you gotta be really sure to seal it up proper. Make sure there's no holes or it will escape. TJ's Gyoza Memory Unlock co-signed, right? They're like really good. Like way better than they have any right to be. So yeah, if you guys want to buy gyoza, find a Trader Joe's and grab that one. Spike Sentry, you're all loved and appreciated. Know you're all worthy of happiness and joy. You are genuinely amazing people. Oh, thank you, Spike. And thank you for coming by. Hello and howdy. How you doing? You're pretty close to to saying my sign off for me. Not that far off. Ah, thank you for the hydrate. Thank you for the posture jack. Hydrate. I'm good. Thank you, Spike. Sorry, but the Juno... Sorry. The Juno sounds aren't working right now. I just transitioned to a new setup. But thank you for the hydrate, and thank you for fixing my posture. My shoulders were starting to hurt. You get that with Trader Joe's a lot. They don't hit every time, but when they do, they really do, right? Congratulations on my transition. Thanks. Thanks. I'm really enjoying all these new assets and. The from when I was coughing with me doing the room, it was my attempt, but unfortunately I'm not Juno. I'm not that strong. She is a mighty cryptid, and I but a lowly witch. But a lowly witch, incapable of summoning that same whatever the hell that noise she made was. One thing I thought about doing was making my own gyoza wrappers here. I decided against it because, I mean, look at how many I'm making. That would be awful. But like usual, as per usual, they are a little bit better if you make them yourself. I'm also not very good at making them. unfortunately, and I didn't want to like have a major disaster on stream. Could you imagine? Stella Striker dies in a gyoza-related accident. Hundreds killed. Gyoza still at large. Just reincarnate again. Yeah. I don't know. Big 1000 might not be, you know, people always like having these big milestones be something complicated, right? Who knows what hoops I'm gonna have to jump through to reincarnate then? Sounds like a lot of work. I'm lazy. Still not used to having the camera over here. I'm gonna keep bringing it close to my face. Sorry folks, the state belongs to the gyoza now. The gyoza have taken over. Bring out all your dipping sauce. It's confiscated by the Gyoza State Patrol. But I do find that, for whatever reason, doing this always hurts my back a little bit. Maybe I'm like, I should have some better posture. Whew. You know, in the time I've been away, I started working out more. And I realized something that made me kind of mad. Which is, for a long time in my life, you know, people always tell you, like, improve your posture. Sit up straight, you know? All that stuff. And you're like, well, it feels really weird to sit up straight. That's like really hard, right? It feels kind of unnatural, kind of painful. And so you never remember to do it for very long, you know? They'll tell you to sit up straight and you'll like fix it for like 30 seconds and then go back to slouching like normal. Anyway, at the gym, we've been doing a lot of like core and back exercises. You know, planks, sit-ups, pull-ups, shoulder-related stuff. Supposed to be like back strengthening. And the damnedest thing is, after about like 4 months of doing that, your posture gets better. Like, on its own. It fixes itself. It's so annoying. Yeah, rows. Oh my god. Number of frickin' rows I've had to do. And I didn't know that would happen. I had no idea. I thought it was a character flaw. You know? That I had that slouched posture. But no. If you work out, it fixes itself. No real work required. Aside from working out, of course. Yep. That's exactly what happened. And I was so mad. I was so mad. Like, you guys have been telling me this all my life. Like I could do anything about it. Strong enough to carry many Junos? I could probably carry 2 Junos. I could probably carry 2 Junos. For sure. Or like 3 sulfurs. I agree with this assessment. I can carry more sulfurs because they float. I don't know, Juno. I might have to. Chuck you around. Alright. Well, batch number 2 is done. I think we only have 1 more left to go. Late 20s, early 30s are all about the experience. Oh god, this actually works. What the hell? It's so true, and I hate it. It's annoying how true it is, actually. Alright. These bad boys aren't fully frozen yet, but they're good enough to toss in a bag. What the hell is this music? Inoffensive but vaguely Asian. It's like papyrus. The font. What does papyrus taste like? I don't know. Why don't you tell me, Saritha? Sounds like the menu, but music in a low budget. I would love to like commission some you know, like background music for when I'm cooking, but any music that plays on loop like 2 times a week for up to 4 hours at a time will drive you insane, no matter how good it is. Have I played anything fun recently? Yeah, I started the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, which I've really been enjoying. With what's it called? Ryunosuke Naruhodo. That one's been interesting. I'm still playing various Hoyoverse trash. So, let's see. Star Rail, of course. Firefly ruined my life. Zenless Zone Zero, a little bit. I've been playing IAMP again, Immaterial and Missing Power, Toho 7.5. Fantastic game, highly recommend it. Actually having a bit of a resurgence lately. There was even a Toho setup at, or an IAMP setup at Evo. So, you know, never a better time to get into this game. Great game, don't play it. Shut up, MC. So sad. So hard to get people to try it out. It's such a good game. Don't forget FTL. Oh, man. So, a friend of mine started FTL for the first time. Posted pictures of his runs, and so I was like, oh, man. FTL was such a fun game. I should try it out. Should go play it again. Absolutely a terrible mistake. Consumes your life. So hard to get people to try it, says the Marissa player. See, these people don't know what that means. They don't know what's waiting for them yet. They don't know what Marissa can do. Did someone say Strive Dojo? Doki, will you Strive Dojo with us if you play? I'd be willing to Strive Dojo with Doki. Oops. But I've been mostly in the IAMP Dojo, because that game is super fun. Very unique. Zombie, or Jeffin, The Grand Blue Versus player has been going around trying to get people to try it. Fairly successfully, too. Is it time for me to Totsudoki and get bodied? Yeah, come Totsudoki. It is legitimately a good game. Like, legitimately. Actually, next time we do a ladder night, I might stream it. Just for fun. No one will understand what's going on, of course, but it'll be fun. You want to eat these really bad? Well, you know how to make them now, Mino. You know how to make them. I just showed you. No gatekeeping here. Alright, as soon as I'm done with this batch, I'll fry up one for June, and then I'll hop off for the night. So let's finish folding these. Oops. Yeah. I do want to like post recipes and tell people, like, talk to people about how to make these things. But realistically, I know like it's not really likely anyone will. But I don't mind. Kind of come to terms a while ago that the fun is in doing it for what it is, right? That's what matters to me. Oh god, actually. Okay. Can you see that okay? Great. Recipes, not recipes. Yeah. I think the only one who I truly believe will actually make one of these is Tay. Whenever I get around to that macaroni and cheese episode. Actually, for those of you who like macaroni and cheese, do you have a preference between like the gooey pot of like fluorescent yellow goodness, aka like Kraft mac and cheese boxes? But how many of you have tried it like baked? You know, you make macaroni and cheese and you put it into a casserole dish and you bake it for a bit. And it turns into like a, I don't know, like a noodle casserole kind of thing. Baked macaroni and cheese may be like more of a southern thing, so I'm curious how many people have heard of it, and if people have opinions on it. I can actually get one more plate on these things. This one's got 6. Baked mac and cheese. Alright, breadcrumbs. Munster, the burnt crispies. Ah, you get it. Munster on top? Or for the cheese? I usually make the mac and cheese with like a bechamel and cheddar. And then I top it with American like Kraft singles when I bake it. And it burns up nicely. But Munster is actually a really good idea for that. Baked mac and cheese is great. Favorite way to make. Okay, good. Your mom would make baked mac for your holidays? Oh, I actually do the same thing. Whenever we have a holiday, I make baked mac and cheese. Usually Thanksgiving and Christmas are the big ones. I made mac and cheese last time when I made pernil. Pernil. Uh-oh. There goes my light. MF Doom's villainous mac and cheese? What the hell is that? Never heard of that before. C-Ray's just nodding to everything here. C-Ray, we gotta expand your culinary horizons here. Kraft singles are truly the best finishing cheese. Right? Right? I don't know what they put into that processed, pasteurized cheese product. But goddamn, they are something else. As a Canadian, you're a bit biased by virtue of KD mac and cheese being a national food. The hell is KD mac and cheese? Pepper, garlic, jack cheese, baked with breadcrumbs. That's pretty similar to the way that I make it. But I think all baked mac and cheeses are pretty, share the same kind of DNA a little bit. I have a couple of hacks for mine that I think make it a little bit better, but everyone will say their recipe's better than the rest. Curious to see it though. If you have it, can you drop it in the server? Also, Green, you posted another science fact. Let me try and think of what's a good one here. I'm actually a little low on science facts because I haven't really been spending a lot of time doing like recreational science reading. I've been pretty caught up in work, so thank you. Quick on the draw. So I've mostly been thinking about like pharmaceutical science. And so the facts I know are like not super interesting ones. Aside from there was an Alzheimer's drug approved recently. Number 2. Shown to delay cognitive decline by a few months. Which is pretty cool. Pharmaceutical science fact. Yeah. Another HIT fact. I have a sad HRT fact, actually. I don't know if I want to tell this one because it's just like genuinely a bummer. It's not even like a horrifying bummer, it's just a bummer. I wonder if I know any like weird medical stories. God, all these things I know are really horrifying. I kind of got it. No, I really don't. It's like super sad. Like legitimately super sad. But if you want to look up the history of the Institute of Sexology, that's all I'll say. It will make you sad and it will make you angry. Let's see. A science fact would be good. But now I'm like kind of thinking about medicine still. And like weird medical cases. There's a type of tapeworm that infects humans. That operates in a strange way. I actually read about this just not that long ago because looking at tapeworm stuff for some reason. But the life cycle of the tapeworm is through infected water. It can crawl up your butt. And it colonizes your stomach or your intestines in your butt. And it'll grow in there and lay eggs, which will hatch and enter a larval stage, which then go out in your poop. But it can't fully mature to its adult stage until someone eats your poop and it gets back to your stomach. So there's a parasite that goes into your body, only to go back out of your body, only to go back into your body at a different time in a different person. People aren't really sure why they do this. You know, you would think that once it's in your body for the first time, it would just kind of hang out there and do its thing, but there is a tapeworm that requires human hosts twice in its lifetime and leaves the body in between. Takes about 10 pounds of milk to make 1 pound of cheese. That's a way better fact, actually. I'm not sure why I was over here talking about tapeworms and you guys are trying to I'm trying to make food. That feels like maybe not a good mix of topics, eh? Or the other one, if you want like a funny one, is if you've ever made whipped cream before, take heavy cream, you know, the same stuff you buy at the supermarket to make like custards and stuff, and you whip it up, like with just a whisk, or an electric hand beater, mixer, or whatever. After a certain point, it'll get stiff and foamy and frothy, and it'll be whipped cream. You know, it'll be Cool Whip. But if you keep going, and keep mixing your whipped cream, eventually the cream will precipitate out of the milk, and it'll turn to butter. So one time I was trying to make whipped cream for a pie, and I whipped it a little bit too vigorously. I left it in the KitchenAid a little too long, and when I looked back in there, all my whipped cream had disappeared, leaving behind only whey, actually, theory. So like a thin protein-rich liquid at the bottom, and butter stuck to the beater. It was super sad. You want to overwhip some very incredibly sweet butter one time. The cream will get mixed so hard it will be churned. That is exactly what happened, yeah. I accidentally churned my cream. It was a really illuminating moment of just like, oh yeah, that's how that works. But then I was like, you know, I had to beat this for like 20 minutes. How did anyone discover? If you take a cow and you squeeze it, right? And then you take what you squeezed out and then you just kind of hit it really hard for like half an hour, it will turn into a delicious topping. How do people figure that stuff out? Who milked the first cow? That question haunts me. The question of the first cow. Right? Would you think that's E-Ray? Actually, don't answer that. It makes sense mechanically if the intent is a bit strange. Markiplier milked the first cow. Oh, that makes way more sense now. Alright, we're done. Whew. I'm making a face at you, you know. The first person to churn butter makes way less sense. Look at this idiot inventing butter. Dumbass. Alright, let's finish this up by making some food real quick. It's actually good timing because I really need to pee. Okay, I'm gonna show you kind of my favorite way to make this. Which is, actually, how badly can you see? You probably can't see anything right now. Let's just turn it this way. Alright, that's pretty good. So, all you need is a little bit of water, a little bit of starch, or flour, your choice. If you've ever been to like a dough zone or any of those kind of like trendy dumpling shops, they'll sometimes make it like this. I'm just putting a couple teaspoons of starch. Getting it all over my dress, but that's fine. And then a little bit of water. Starch real. It's a good chip. It's a good chip. So, bit of water. Oh, bit of water and starch in here. I love this cup, by the way. It's about equal parts. Is dough zone good? I actually really liked it. It's like a more casual Din Tai Fung. That'll fit. The Din Tai Fung finally opened? Oh my god, just after we went there. I bet the wait is insane. I bet it's absolutely nuts. Alright, well, it's not that hot yet, but we're going to put it in before it gets too hot. So dumplings, we'll just pop them in here. Arrange them nicely if you like. You can hear that sizzle. Okay. That's good. All right, little pinwheel shape, right? Okay. Yeah, you want to let it just sizzle for a little bit, and then gonna let that go in. We're gonna cover it up. Do you have a trick for getting the good crispy bottom, or is it a matter of experience? You can just pay attention to what I'm doing now. But basically, the way that I usually do it, if I'm not making this like the skirt, is you just leave them on the pan for about 5 minutes until the bottoms are actually crisp. And then you put some water, maybe about like a tablespoon or two, and put a lid over it. The lid will steam it, but the bottom is already crisp. And when the water is when the steam's pretty much all steamed out of there, the bottom will crisp back up again. So that's one way to do it. Or you can put the starch in at the beginning, cover it up, and just let it cook out. When this layer in here, I don't know how well you can see it on the stream, but there's like a little white layer around here. When that begins to crisp up, you'll know it's about ready. So we just wait, really. So on like medium-ish, medium-high, I would say. But we can make a dipping sauce real quick. So here's a little ajino bowl. Korean style dipping sauce is a little different from what you would see in like Chinese or Japanese food. You start with this is Korean pepper powder, gochugaru. You put a little in the bottom of the bowl. Now the thing about this stuff is like people are always like scared of it because it looks super red, but it's actually not that hot. It's really mild. So don't be afraid to be kind of generous with it. Vinegar. Just regular Heinz white vinegar. I usually put about 1 part to 3, so about a quarter of this mix will be vinegar in the end. Oh god, you hear that? give it a mix in. And the other 3 parts is soy sauce. Right about there. So soy sauce, vinegar, chili powder. Then sesame seeds. Last thing is just sesame oil too. And this goes really well with anything you make. Steaming up good. Let me actually move this cutting board out of the way so I can get ready to plate in a second. Okay. So if you're not sure, if you're not sure how done it is, you can always like take a quick peek on the bottom here. But this is done. So for this, the safest way is to grab a plate, grab a mitt, put the plate over top like that, just slit. They come out nice and crispy. These ones came out just a little dark, but they're not burnt. And this like kind of skirt part here, that adds a little extra crunch. If you want, you can put a little bit of like sliced scallions on top of here if you like. But they're good enough with just a dipping sauce. So actually, this is really hot. That's actually really good, but really freaking hot. All right. Well, that's all for today. I'm gonna go deliver these to you now before she dies. Actually, I'm gonna do that now while I say goodbye to you. Hang on. Okay. the crunchy ASMR. I'm not a mukbang streamer yet, so nothing. Don't worry about it at the moment. Thank you for coming. So I'm gonna be posting a schedule soon of things I'm doing over the next week. I think it's probably only like 1 or 2 kind of streams upcoming, so I'm gonna be doing croquettes and onigiri, and then I'm gonna be doing whoops. Let's turn this off. Croquettes and onigiri, and then I'm gonna be doing probably one other thing, and I'm not sure what that is yet. So if I can find some milk, Stella time. If I can find some milk, I'll probably do like a mac and cheese for Tay, because she might die if she asks for this any longer. Onigiri, milk. Milk? I'm doing milk or milk. No milk bang. But yeah, let's go run off. Hey, Doki, do you know what Astra's up to? I was thinking about going to say hi to her since looks like her anniversary right now. Ninja Milk Pilk. I've already done that. That's the thing that curdled. It was terrible. Okay. I can hear Juno crunch from over here. Emily Astor. I can do Emily too. I kind of wanted to support Astra because it looks like it's something special. But I do like Emily a lot. Yeah, there's two Astra. There's Astra, right? Astra Kolbeck. And then Emily Astor. Alright, I'm going to try to raid Astra. I'm going to walk over to the other side. I did it. My laptop's over on the other side. I can't reach it from over here. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming. I will be posting a stream, a schedule, so we'll be able to hang out. And you will stop having all these gorilla streams popping up out of nowhere. But yeah, this is a lot of fun. I've been enjoying these a lot. I know it's a bit of a change of pace, but I hope you guys are enjoying it too. And thank you again for the gift subs today. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate you, Tarn. Thank you. And play IAMP. Alright. Have a good night. Stay safe. And please remember, as always, that you are loved. Good night. Oh, wait. Raid message for Astra. Dumpling raid. Say dumpling raid, please. Can someone write that in? Can someone write dumpling raid? Thank you, Dogi. Thank you. Please copy paste that one. I finally remembered. I always forget to do that. Alright, I will see you later for real. Good night.